Hello and welcome back to the Spin the Rock podcast. I am your angel. What I was about to say. I am your host, Angel, and with me today are my co-hosts.
Eugene?
And Vaughn.
All right, we have some news to get into, and of course, our main topic today is our overreactions episode. And so, starting off with something, let's start off light and fun before we get into our serious piece of news. LaMelo fined 100,000 for saying no homo during an interview. I feel like don't want to talk about what he said. I want to talk about, do you think fines like this are going to be reoccurring a lot more? Because I feel like we got players like McCain on the Sixers who's doing hold on Bronny. I want to get the Bronny Junior and Senior today for his YouTube channel. Do you think that we're going to be seeing a lot more fines like this, or do you think it's like a minor slip up that we don't have to worry about?
I mean, it's happened in the past. Like, I remember Jokic got fined for the exact same reason, probably the same exact amount. I think it's just a persisting rule. But
Yeah.
I'll say this: I've never seen someone get fined for pause. Pause is okay.
Yeah,
No
that's
homo
what
is
I was
not
gonna
okay.
say. Right. Like obviously, you know, homo being a derogatory term kind of adds to that so that I still feel like 100,000 is like that's a lot of money just for saying something rather than doing it. You know what I mean? Um but like all he had to do was just say pause. Like a slight change in vocabulary, and he would have been fine. But I mean, Lamelo's fine either way. He don't care.
Yeah. I honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. With the way the youth is today, I feel like they're pretty poor at censoring themselves. I feel like this is gonna be the new fines, bro. We're not gonna see fines as much as we have for people like disrespecting refs or stuff. It's gonna be fines like this, where someone couldn't censor themselves in an interview, said like no homo or something like that, and like the NBA is like you can't do that.
Right.
I feel like, bro, these young players, like the greedy dick Anthony Black thing, like they just don't, they just have no media training whatsoever, bro. All right, and then next up, um, kind of taking a 180 in term of the mood. Pop, the Spurs coach, he had a mild stroke over the past. I think it was last week or was it this week?
It was. I believe it was this week. Earlier this week.
So he is doing better, but I don't want to necessarily talk about his health. Of course, best wishes, but like, should he retire?
He should have been retired. I'm not gonna lie. I think he should have retired when or maybe not when Tim retired, but probably like a couple seasons after. But I don't know. We're at that point where it's like I think Becky probably should have took his job, but now she's NBA champion with the Aces. So shout out her, but I don't know who would take over for him, whether that would be someone on the Spurs staff or someone looking for a head coaching job.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Spurs going forward, but whenever that happens, it's gonna be a weird time for the Spurs, and even just as a basketball fan, like in our lifetime, Greg Popovich has always been the Spurs coach.
Mm-hmm.
So when he, gets out of the game, it's gonna be crazy weird.
I've always pictured Popovich as a guy who's gonna coach till the wheels fall off. Like, I think he just lives and breathes the game so much. It would like if a player doesn't want to retire, like I can't imagine Coach Popovich's position because it's been his life for so many years, right? And like I think his wife passed away like a few years ago as well, so it's like this is like his main thing to his life, you know. So either way, if he does retire due to health or if he doesn't, like I'm just glad we've got we've got him dedicated to this game as much as he has, you know.
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of with Eugene. I feel like he should have retired like probably after Kawhi left, bro. That would
Yeah.
have been the perfect time for him to retire. Now it's kind of like if let's say he doesn't retire for like another 2-3 years, which like I think that's probably what's gonna happen. We're gonna see another 2-3 years out of him. But like let's say that's what happens, and like then the Spurs are also they have all these guys who've only known Pop, and now they kind of like are gonna be in a situation where like, okay, how do we find a coach who's gonna be able to pick up the pieces he left? Because he's in Wemby's ear so much right now that like whoever replaces him is not gonna have the same like amount of respect among the new guys now. And not only that, but like you can't replace Pop, bro. Like once he retires, the Spurs are gonna be such a different team altogether, and like the franchise's culture is gonna drastically shift. Like it's gonna be a weird time for San Antonio and the NBA when he retires. All right, All-Star Game news. Let's start with the minor thing, and then we'll get into the big thing that has been rumored. One of the rumors for the All-Star Game is that we're gonna get a Steph versus Sabrina 2.0, but with 2 more players this time. I'm pretty sure, Eugene, did you see if it was like specifically for the 3-point contest? Or do you think there might be a skills version too?
I think it's just threes.
Okay. So how do y'all feel about this? And who, if you had to choose, who would you pick?
Like, I'm just thinking obvious choices are like Steph, Clay, and then, you know, Sabrina and Caitlin Clark, given not only are they really good 3-point shooters, high volume as well. Like, that's a lot of their game. But also, I do like them trying new things like this. It also kind of makes me wish they just get rid of the skills competition altogether, because I don't know who is ever excited for that, and replace it with something else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like filler almost. And if the NBA is going to try new things, might as well just try different events. But you know, new format this to All-Star Game, whatever it be. I'm open to seeing it, whatever form that takes. Because if we just keep doing All-Star Game as it is, it's a snooze fest.
Yeah. What about you, Eugene?
I could care less. I didn't care for it last year. I don't care for it this year. I don't care who's in it. I'm probably still gonna watch it, but like it's just like, to me, it's just like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And I feel like they want to see Steph lose, obviously. But I don't know. I could care less. I'm just a hater.
I like what they're trying to do. I think only having it be a 3-point contest is kind of boring. I would prefer if it was like a whole entire skills competition, because then like maybe it would add some flair to it besides the boring one where it's like 3 guys, like 3 Cavs players and 3 Kings players that like we've seen before.
Mhm.
Like if they had like a Steph and Clay versus like, I don't know, just throwing it out there, but like a Sabrina and like a Caitlin Clark, like that would be cool. But like at the same time, I don't know, just a 3-point contest is kind of boring. Like we already have a 3-point contest that's been kind of mid without like the sauce that they're trying to do with the Steph versus Sabrina thing. I also gotta say, like, it has put some respect on the WNBA. Like a lot of people respect it a little bit more now because of that competition, which is stupid, but like it's true. Like
Yeah.
It does feel like what gimmick is going to stick, which, again, like I said, I'm open to the new things, but like, if we're just going to get this every year, it's just going to fade away until it finally gets rid of completely.
yeah,
So hopefully they can breathe new life into it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the NBA needs to listen to their fans, but they don't. Kind of like every big, business, no matter what the industry, And it's like I feel like if they listened at least just a little bit to the fans, you know, they might get higher ratings, just like throughout the season and whatnot. But I don't know. It just kind of seems like the creativity in the NBA is just not there.
Yeah, I see what you mean, for sure. All right. Well, speaking of creativity in the NBA, they're once again looking at changing the All-Star game format. I cannot find the rumor word for word. Do you still have that, Eugene?
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah. But it seems like what you were saying, Eugene, not listening to the fans. It seems like they might be finally listening to the fans
A
because
little bit.
it kind of sounds like what the rumor is a 1v1 tournament.
So this was 2 days ago. New 4-team tournament for the All-Star game would consist of 3 teams of 8 All-Stars each, and the winner of the Rising Stars game. So basically 8 All-Stars on 4 teams. I guess it would be probably still East-West, unless they go the captains format and then draft. They have 4
Yeah.
captains and then draft between the rest of the players.
You said it's 8-team All-Star rosters and the winner of the Rising Stars. So it's probably like the past Rising Stars has been World versus USA.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So it could be like the World team versus like the 3 captains team or East West. I don't know how they'll do it.
It all sounds a little weird. Like it sounds interesting in concept, and obviously it's still a rumor that they're throwing around. So no details have been explained yet, but I like the mix up. I don't know how well it's going to turn out though. Because obviously I feel like too they're going to try and go for that like target score or however they've been doing it in the past, and
Yeah.
I haven't liked that either. So
I'm just saying that I don't know what episode it was, but I suggested they change the format to like all-star teams of 4 and they played each other. And this sounds kind of similar to that. And if it's kind of similar to that, I'm all for it. At least this year it's gonna be new and exciting. But in the past, when they changed shit, it's been like exciting that year, and then after year it just kind of falls off a little bit more.
Yeah.
right.
So I'm gonna appreciate it for this year, but the following years, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Right.
My only thing is I've always been on the side of it's not the format, it's the players. Like I always said, like no matter what you do, if the players don't care, it's not going to be exciting.
Yeah.
And so I think that this format probably has the best chance of surviving because if it's a Rising Stars team, those guys are going to take it seriously. Like those guys are going to like go in there and be like, "Oh yeah, I have a chance to like go up against like these All-Stars and maybe even like show off what I'm made of, you know?"
Mm.
Whereas, so I think that kind of can make it more exciting, but I'm kind of alongside of Vaughn. Like, I feel like the first year is going to be every team taking it seriously. Then the second year is going to be only the Rising Stars. And then the third year, even the Rising Stars don't care. And then now the NBA is looking to make the format different again. So it's just like, it's exciting. And I do think that, it could be fun to watch. But at the same time, if the players go out there and let someone drive in for a reverse layup with no defense, it's not going to be fun for us. And like that's very likely to happen.
For the Rising Stars, do you think it still should be like they should keep the USA versus World, or do you think they should go back to East West?
I
Or
like
should
USA versus World.
Or should they do captains?
I think the Rising Stars, out of the few ones I've watched, USA versus World has been so fun. Like the year Zion was in the Rising Stars, that was like a really good game. And the Rising Stars, those guys always take it seriously. So USA versus World could be fun. But here's a pitch I want to make. I think there should be a Rising Stars USA versus World and an NBA USA versus World 2.
See,
So
that would
two
be
world
hard. Just
teams?
make that the All-Star game.
2 world teams and 2 USA teams, one with vets, one with rookies. That would go crazy, dude.
That would be hard.
But I don't know if they'll do that because we have no clue. It's just a rumor. So we literally have no idea what they're cooking up, but like that would go so hard.
Right. But I mean, they also did just revert back to East versus West,
Yeah.
from the captain thing. So again, we'll see, if this rumor even comes true and how they go about that. But
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool idea.
All right. And that's all for our news. Now, before we get into our main topic, as you guys, if you've been listening to for a long time, all three of us are friends from middle school. So in our group chat, it is kind of active. And I'm about to make Spin the Rock history. I'm about to make the first ever Spin the Rock bet. Because Eugene sent an interesting message to our group chat last week on the 8th. I'm not going to read what he said. Because what he said is kind of outrageous. So
I would get fined $100,000.
I have a proposition for the new bet, and Eugene, let's see if you're willing to help make Spin the Rock history. Eugene said that he basically thinks Anthony Davis has no chance of winning MVP. I don't know if he's still high in the likely to win it, but I'm gonna make a bet for you, Eugene. If AD wins MVP, you have to show up in an episode with a Celtics background and a full Celtics outfit. I'm talking.
A full Celtics fit is crazy.
I will purchase a headband for you. I will. If you're not willing to make it happen, I will buy the stuff for you. Are you willing to accept these terms?
That's fine. That's fine. He's not winning. Well, I'll save it.
No. Why don't you give your side on why you think it's so unlikely to happen?
Because it hasn't happened already.
Mm.
He beat basically every defensive stat last year, and mind you, he was eligible to win. Every defensive stat was better than Rudy Gobert.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gobert wins DPOY.
Mm-hmm.
All of the other seasons, he hasn't been eligible, but, well, probably for the most part, he hasn't been eligible, but he's still putting up DPOY numbers. MVP, I don't know. The MVP race is kind of weird right now, obviously, because it's still super, super early in the season.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's still high in the predictions.
Right, but I don't know, bro. I don't see Anthony Davis winning MVP over like a Luka maybe, or a Shea, or who else is? We still got the Clippers, the Cavaliers sitting at undefeated right now,
14-0, bro.
So, that could go to Donovan or whoever's popping off for them. You know what I mean? Or even with the Celtics, they're sitting pretty right now too. Jason Tatum. I don't know if Jaylen Brown has been active, but you know what I mean? Like, we still have a lot of players, proven players, and in a better position, low key. Steph might even be up there. They're sitting second in the West right now. So I don't know. I really don't see AD winning MVP this year. And if he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, he's never winning an award.
That's a very, very solid argument. I'm not going to lie. I just think it would be so funny if he won. Because of how confident you are.
He shuts me up. I hope I sit here with – I'm not even going to say that because then y'all going to 4K me, bro. Y'all going to 4K me, bro. I ain't even going to say that. I'm just going to say I hope he proves me wrong, bro.
Yeah.
I will say I've never seen AD in MVP races since like early Pelicans years.
Yeah.
And this was the first I even saw a glimpse of AD having like favorite in Las Vegas odds. And I've seen JJ Redick, a quote from preseason popping up now telling AD go win the MVP. It's like they're trying to speak it into existence. So it could go bad, but I'm with Eugene on this. It's probably never going to happen. He won't get that recognition.
Yeah.
But
early
I'm on
season,
my knees begging for this, bro. I need to see Eugene in Celtic gear.
Yeah, I think it is kind of funny though. Like, as much as I want Eugene in Celtics gear, head to toe, I am also with you guys. I think early season predictions, like MVP odds, like 9 times out of 10, like they're semi-accurate on the finalists, but like who actually wins it, I feel like the Las Vegas favorite is usually wrong. Pretty sure last season Luca was the biggest favorite.
But
Lu-
it also kind of made sense because like he was going crazy.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they get the finalists right, but who actually wins it, they usually get wrong.
Mm.
And I feel like AD may be a finalist, who knows? But is he gonna win it? SGA is looking good. Tatum took that Olympic run to heart. Like, he took that shit personal. He's going crazy. We still have Luca, who like is bound to win one.
Right.
No.
We still literally have Jokic in the league.
Yeah.
Like, can never count him out. Anthony Edwards, didn't even mention him.
So it's out of all the years to win it, I feel like this year, I don't know. If it was last year, maybe, but this year, bro, I feel like everyone is on a different like mindset. Because I feel like there's a lot of players who feel snubbed or going crazy right now.
So on the on Bleacher Report, they had him currently ranked 3, but Bleacher Report's, whatever.
Bleacher Report, yeah.
On the sports betting website that I'm looking at, he's 6. And then I don't know if the NBA, I think the NBA website just had just like 15 names, not in any particular order, but he was on there. So like he could be in the race. If he's eligible, maybe he could be a finalist, but I don't know. I don't see it, unfortunately. Definitely
That's
not
fair.
MVP. I really hope he wins something though.
Yeah. So just to put it on record, the first ever spin the rock bet, if Anthony Davis wins MVP, our very own Lakers fan is going to be showing up Celtics background and Celtics fit. Will it happen? Who knows? And with that, I just want to go a quick overview of our predictions board, because this is also an addition to it, because we haven't had really that many. I think each of us all have just one. Eugene, Lakers back-to-back NBA Cup. Vaughn, Jason Tatum will have a career high in assists. And I said that Steve Kerr will finally have his job on the line, which not looking so great with them being second in the West.
Yeah,
Well,
like I a Warriors fan. Like I was hating on them. I didn't expect this.
Yeah. What about you, Eugene? How are you feeling about your prediction?
Well, I was going to add another one, kind of basically just going off of or transitioning into our topic.
All right, nice.
AD will not win an NBA award this season.
Wow, and that's your overreaction?
Overreaction / prediction.
/ prediction. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, our main topic is overreactions we either agree with, don't agree with, or our own that we have. So yeah, you think based off the fact that people think he's gonna win MVP?
Yeah, basically just like the whole arguments that I had just made, like why he's not gonna. I don't see it, bro. And obviously he's not gonna win 6th man of the year or whatever
Most
the other
improved.
ones are. Yeah. So because he's too big of a player to win most improved. So yeah, I don't see him winning anything, bro. Unfortunately.
I mean, I agree with you fully, just because he's probably gonna miss the amount of required games to play. Like, he's already said he's not playing back-to-backs. He's been out already for such a significant time in the beginning of the year. It's like he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room left.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a wrap for him.
You said AD, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, AD or Embiid?
AD.
Oh no, AD.
Oh,
not Embiid. No.
I got confused because I knew Vaughn was talking about Embiid, and I was like, did I hear him wrong?
no, I definitely heard him wrong. But for AD, no, they just don't love him, bro.
Yeah, I
They
was
just
gonna
don't love him.
say I agree with you, but not in a hater way. I just feel like the media never shows AD love, bro.
Mm.
It's insane.
But I
Which
think
Like,
is
it's
wild.
because he's on a successful organization. You know what I mean? Like they showed him more love when he was on a terrible organization because he was playing better. He was the star player. But when you're playing with LeBron and his son, everything
yeah,
else
bro.
gets overshadowed.
It's in my head. I picture, oh, it's LA. People are gonna like love him, and whatever successes he has, they're gonna screaming from the rooftops about it. But it's like that's never the case. Like even he's got a 40-point game, great defense. It's like, oh, this is how AD's supposed to be playing. It's not like incredible to them, which is crazy because like
Insane.
very few people
Insane.
are doing this.
It
It's just he deserves a DPOY in his career, and he's not gonna get it.
yeah, that's a really good prediction because I feel like he's gonna be up for Depoy at least this year. And like, bro, the fact that they lost to Rudy Gobert last year, like that's insane, dude. I feel like that's a really good prediction. I have a prediction because I also have an overreaction that I don't agree with. People are saying Cavs are contenders, bro. They're
That
they're
was mine,
14 and
bro.
0. I do not agree with that shit. Here's a prediction.
Wow.
They lose in the second round. I don't think they're making it past the second round this year.
Wow. Second round?
Second round.
Bro. That means they'd be going what? Against like a 5 or 6, right?
If they finish first seed, then yeah, they'll go against like a
It'd have to be
5,
like
6.
a 5 or 6. So like
Yeah.
you don't think they can win against the Hawks or the Heat if the
Bro.
if the playoffs were to start right now?
If the playoffs were to start right now, let me see, because 5 or 6. No, bro, I really don't. Maybe the Heat, maybe the Hawks they could beat, but the Heat have beaten better teams, bro.
That's true. Yeah.
The Heat have been way better teams, and I don't know, bro. One, they're injury prone. Like eventually, one of these players are gonna go down throughout the year, and two, how many years are we gonna go into the playoffs thinking the Cavs have a chance, and they just let us down, bro? And it's not even done. I'm not a Cavs hater. I just think saying they're contenders based off like
14 games.
14 games is insane, bro. And here's what's even more crazier. People were saying they were contenders off of 7 games. People are
Right.
saying they were contenders like 2-3 weeks ago. And like, I don't know, bro. I just think compared to the Celtics, compared to the Knicks, who are actually were looking good, and now they kind of came back on the earth pretty quickly. I just feel like once playoffs come around, they're just gonna do that thing they do, where they just choke, and games they should win, they lose.
What's your side,
good.
Vaughn?
You did bring this up. My side of the prediction was that our Cavs are only a regular season team.
I don't know, bro. Yes, it is still. It's like it's super early in the season.
Yeah.
They only have 2 weeks worth of games,
Yeah.
So like contenders is a little crazy to say, but they're playing really, really nice. Like just watching them play, like everything seems more fluid compared to last season.
Mhm.
Darius and Donovan seem to have a lot more chemistry, kind of like what we were expecting for Dame and Giannis, and
Yeah.
we see how that's turning out right now. So I think they could go pretty far, bruh. I really do. I really do. And the Heat, going back to the Heat, I think they're capable of doing so because the Heat only have one big. Now, you did mention injuries, and Jared Allen has had his fair share of injuries. I don't know if Evan Mobley has had a significant injury.
Not a significant one, but both him and Darius have been they have had some injuries. I will say, Eugene, you do bring up a great counterpoint because Darius Garland is looking insane.
And then on top of that, he's got Donovan Mitchell by his side. One of the one of the best and most prolific scorers in the NBA right now.
Mhm.
So it's like it's still hard to say contenders for anyone at this point in
Yeah.
the season, but they're looking really nice. I will say though, I'm gonna add another prediction. The Cavs will be undefeated going into All-Star break.
That's insane. Were the Warriors even undefeated going into All-Star break?
I think they had 2 losses.
That's so you're saying that the Cavs are gonna have a better record than the 15-16 Warriors.
Bro, watch. Are you ready? I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna tell you their upcoming schedule, and then I'll tell it to Vaughn too. Oh, all right, bet. All right,
One, yeah, you say it, Eugene. Just repeat it for Vaughn.
Vaughn. So I made another prediction.
Okay.
I said the Cavs will be undefeated until All-Star break. That's my prediction.
All-Star break.
All-Star break. All-Star break. Okay, and
This
now I'm
is
about to.
basically the best regular season team ever created. That's insane.
Yes, but bro, just listen. I'm about to say their schedule. All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
So they just beat the Bulls, and then they got the Hornets next. They have the Celtics twice in this, one home and one away. The
Yeah.
first Celtics game is an NBA Cup game, so it actually matters.
Mm.
Then they got the injured Pelicans. They got the worst team in the league, the Raptors. The Hawks, which they'll probably win at home. And then it's actually back-to-back Hawks. The second game is also an NBA Cup game. Celtics, then the Wizards, also an NBA Cup game. The Nuggets, the Hornets, and mind you, the Nuggets is in Cleveland, not in Denver.
Okay.
Nuggets, Hornets, Heat, Bucks, Sixers, Jazz, Nuggets. They could lose to the Warriors because they're in Golden State. Then they're at the Lakers, at the Mavs, Hornets, Thunder at home, Raptors, Pacers, Thunder. So it's kind of like
The same
Same
like
thing.
5
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
But
Bro, those are a lot of losable games.
no, bro. The only losable ones, or in my opinion, out of the ones that I named, they may drop one of the Celtics games. I think they can win against the Nuggets. They're definitely winning against the Bucks. And
You think they want to get to Thunder, bro?
the
Twice?
the Warriors is hard. The Warriors in Golden State will be hard. It's possible though. And
Interesting.
the Thunder, they could beat the Thunder at home.
I think it's not even going to be one of those good teams that beat them. It'll be like the Hornets tried their best.
Or
and
like the
squeeze
Jazz
out
or
a win.
something.
Yeah.
The Hornets tonight are gonna beat the
That's my
crazy.
prediction, bro. They're going undefeated until All-Star break.
Such stark predictions. I said second round exit. You said greatest regular season of all time.
No, if he gets this right, like we can't even argue with him about anything anymore. for the rest
No,
of this
for real,
podcast.
bro. If Eugene gets this right, he's gonna be on Inside the NBA, bro. Like, that's insane.
Somebody's got to be bold, bro.
No, that is bold. That is very bold. Okay. Oh, well, I think you left midway through your saying why
like-
they're not contenders.
Kenny Atkinson, he's been going crazy, coaching this team. He just feels like he's been here before because he has. He was with the Brooklyn Nets when D'Lo was there. They were a very fun team and they overachieved. I think the Cavs right now are like I expected them 2 or 3. They're like running away with 1 in the league so far. So this is their
Mhm.
overachieving. But it doesn't fix any of their problems come playoff time, and a lot of that was depth. Because as soon as one of their big 4 players goes down, they're struggling to score, struggling to defend. They're in perfect harmony when all 4 of them are there. I don't have faith they'll always be 100%, especially come playoff times when it gets, a little more intense. And my inverse to what your prediction was, Cavs are contenders, was I see a lot of takes that Cavs are just like the 2021 Jazz. Like they were running away with the one in the West, very good, but eventually fell to, was it the Nuggets? Whoever, the better team eventually. I think that was in the first round too as well. So it's like, yeah, they're very good. They're very good right now, but I just don't trust in them. Like you're gonna have to come playoff time see guys step up. I don't see George Niang do it. I don't see Isaac Okoro doing it. Max Strus, I don't know if they have it in them at this point. It just, they're fun to watch now, but like playoffs will expose them.
Yeah,
That's what I believe.
and like Eugene said, while you were gone, like this could be easily proven wrong, bro. Like that like it's not like I'm not like saying like, oh, I have no faith in them whatsoever. I just think people are overreacting to their success by saying they're contenders. I do think they're a second round exit, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's because of their lack of talent. I think it's no one will step up, and I think injury ridden. Like they're gonna be injury prone. They always get injured. And like, bro, 2021 Jazz, 2024 Cavs, bro, big man star, Donovan Mitchell. There's a lot of similarities. Overachieving.
I will give this to them. This is their best chance to make Eastern Conference Finals since LeBron was here, and that's very exciting. Like this is a really good season for them, and I'm glad it's come back around. They've built themselves. They have their star players. You just got to take down the Celtics, I think.
They just need to stay healthy, and like it only helps that the East is so weak this year.
Like dog shit, bro.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen the East as bad since high school, bro. It's insane how bad the East is this year. What's your overreaction, Vaughn?
Bucks need to blow it up. I'm already seeing that as it is now.
Yeah.
I think it's a little extreme and crazy to go that far. Like, go into rebuild now? Like, no. You have Giannis, and I think there is the assets you have, be it Bobby Portis. Worst case scenario, you trade Dame. They can do something, but I just think they're too skittish to pull the button on any of their players. This has been persisting for a long time. Like, why is Pat Connaughton still on the team? you couldn't trade him like 2 years ago for something, a second rounder at least. Like, they've just been waiting way too long, and that problem is just compounding now. They're old as hell. They get beat up easily. Their defense still isn't good. Like Will said after the Dame trade, their defense isn't going to look as it used to be, and they've done nothing to fix that. And they just have to do something. But I think blow it up is crazy, but I don't know what y'all think.
They need to hire Adrian Griffin back, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy they fired Adrian Griffin 30-12. There's been no murmurings about firing Doc River, and he's 4-9.
Yeah.
No, it's insane. I hate to say this, but like honestly, I'm kind of leaning with the green with blowing it up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's not necessarily because of the fact they're 4-9, but it's almost more so because it's like no matter how you look at it, they have no depth on this team, bro. And even if you try to trade away Dame for more pieces, like that's gonna get you somewhere, but like, bro, that's not gonna get you to a strong playoff run.
I think it's only gonna be worse if they were to end up trading Dame, because then he was the only reason Giannis stayed.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like if Dame leaves, whether they go to the same team or not, Giannis, I feel like, is pretty much out of there. Blow it up. Like, I can see what you're saying, but I really think it's just a head coaching change, bro. I think Doc Rivers needs to stick to, being an analyst. Because like I was never really a Doc Rivers hater like y'all are, but now I'm starting to see like why you guys hate him so much. You know what I mean? So I think he just needs to call it quits, and the Bucks, maybe even the front office needs to change. Like it could just be like a whole administrative change that they need for the team itself. Because I feel like even in like the off seasons, they haven't really got anyone outside of Dame. You know, like they don't really try and change stuff. They just try and build through the draft, which is, you know, it's not bad, but you also got to work with the players in the league that, you know, that are available to you, you know? So I don't know. Blow it up is a little crazy, but
Yeah, it is for sure.
I can understand why you said that.
The reason why I say I'm leaning more to agree than disagree, though I'm not saying I agree fully, and I'm not saying they should, but like I'm kind of lean towards it because it's like, bro, there's not much you can really do to get yourself out of the situation. Fire Doc. Well, of course, you should have never hired him in the first place. But like, I feel like you're still not gonna have a strong playoff run if you do that. Now, granted, like if they fire him and get some more pieces, I feel like they could like make it in and definitely get out of the fact that they're like what eighth, ninth in the not eighth, like 13th, 14th
No,
in
yeah,
the East.
they're 12th.
They're 12th. Like, yeah, like making some changes can get them into playoffs, but like I don't think that'll make them a playoff contender at all because they still have no depth and like things look a little shaky just all around. I do agree with Eugene though. I didn't even think about that. Front office, yeah, because what were you thinking when you fired your head coach in the first place, bro? Not
Right.
like you fired what's his name?
Adrian Griffin.
No, before him.
Oh,
Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah,
yeah.
Budenholzer. I always forget his name because I want to say Budweiser for some reason. You fired him, which was a poor decision in the first place. The fact that you fired him was crazy. You bring
After
in
his brother died. I will never forget that, bro.
Then you bring in, then you trade away Drew Holiday, which is also insane. And then you bring in the replacement Griffith, and then you fire him like that. You don't even give him a chance. And you replace him with Doc Rivers, bro. Like what is the front of the house smoking? Front office smoking, bro. Like what? Like I want to know what they're cooking, and I want them out of the kitchen. Like, because they are not making any good decisions. I mean, last trade deadline, did they even do anything?
No. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they don't make trades. They don't really look for offseason moves. They just go through the draft.
Yeah.
And they're not really good at the draft either. Like they've so
like since Drew Holiday, I think that was their last time they even tried to do something, and it was poor. Like I think when Dame said when Giannis said I want Dame on my team, I didn't think he expected Drew Holiday to go with it, you know? So it's kind of just like, bro, I don't know. Front office needs some changing. The Bucks need to do some like inner looking.
I feel like they're not going to do anything until Chris Middleton comes back because for some reason I think they get it in their heads that he's going to like fix them. Like you're still going to be mid, like at best, if that comes around.
That's like if the Warriors still had faith in Clay. Like, no, you should not have faith in this man.
Especially like if they were going to make a trade, they should have done it again 2 years ago. Like it's too late now at this point. You're stuck with them. So this is kind of their own doing, so I don't really feel bad for them. But I would like to see Giannis competitive again on a competitive team.
Yeah, that would be fire. Eugene, what's your second overreaction?
I think the Pistons are making the playoffs, bro.
That's crazy.
I think the Pistons are going to make the playoffs, bro.
That's your own? Is that like something you like you yourself believe that, or have you seen like people saying that too?
Nah, it's just me.
That's fire then.
I don't know. Although they do have a losing record, they're under 500.
Yeah, they're like barely above 4.
Right. But they already have more wins or the same amount of wins that they had last season. You know what I mean? And we're only a month in, not even.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they don't make a like if they're not a playoff lock, I still think they'll at least make play-ins, which will be good for the city of Detroit because obviously Detroit basketball hasn't been good since early 2000s, you know?
Since we were toddlers.
Yeah. So, and it's also just cool to see the Pistons actually playing somewhat decent, good, you know, cohesive basketball, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs.
If playoffs started today, I can see them beating Charlotte and Brooklyn going into the playoffs.
Right?
Indiana, I can see like Charlotte, like I can totally see them beating like those teams and getting into the playoffs. But like at the same time, if we had faith in Chicago and Milwaukee getting it together, which I don't know if you do, yeah,
I have no faith. I think I have less faith in the Bulls than I have in the Bucks.
yeah. So yeah, you already said you don't, but like if Chicago, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, or even Indiana get back to where they were last year, I feel like it's still very possible for them to get into the playoffs, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, as much as I want to disagree with you here, like the East is so bad, they could totally pull it off.
It's anyone's ball game.
Yeah. Like they have real NBA rotational players on their team now. They're not starting Killian Hayes, who's not even in the league no more. They have a Tobias Harris, a Tim Hardaway Jr., a Malik Beasley. Like these guys, they've been good role players. They could score, you know.
Yeah.
Detroit hasn't had that in a while, you know, people that Cade could rely on. So yeah, it's totally plausible. I could see it happening.
Now the real question is, whose spot will they be taking, bro? That means you know for sure someone who made it last year is not making it this year. And whose spot do you think they'll take?
Well, I mean, so like seed wise, because I don't even think the Bucks are going to make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
I really don't.
That's insane.
Well, it's not that insane because Giannis is having to score damn near 50 every night for a chance to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Doc Rivers, like that's a recipe to miss.
I guess I have faith in the Bucks getting it together to at least make playoffs, but like I see that you two don't, which is very fair, very very fair.
Like I don't even see them hitting the play-in, bro. I think they're just eliminated.
Oh
my god!
I'm so serious.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, see, now you lost me.
That might be an overreaction. That might be.
Definitely. That kind of is, but like, you know, so you definitely see them taking like, you had no problem seeing one of the teams that made it last year getting their spot taken.
Yeah, maybe the Bucks, maybe the Pacers, depending on if they can turn it around or not.
Yeah,
I would say if anyone would miss, I would personally say the Sixers, only because there's so many injuries plaguing them. Paul George and Joel Embiid are injury prone, so this is probably going to be a persisting issue all throughout.
I mean, yeah, they only have 2 more wins than the Raptors, bro.
Yeah, and like think of all their role players are old as hell: Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson. Like they're kind of cooked.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like the more we sit here and talk about it, I feel like the more Eugene's right, bro. I feel like they have a very strong chance.
I know ball, bro.
If Eugene pulls off all of his predictions, it's gonna be insane, bro.
The way the East is looking, Cade Cunningham could be an all-star. I could very well see that.
Oh, I have an overreaction, but I feel like I was never right really to begin with. My overreaction that I had that I changed my mind on was that Nuggets are cooked. I feel like they're getting it back together now. So I feel like I was wrong about the Nuggets. But yeah, they're 7-4 now, which is still not that great for how they were. But I feel like they're starting to find their groove again. I feel like our 3-point shooting is still abysmal though. But
so I mean, it was just a little weird start to the season. I think crazy.
Yeah, so I'll change my new prediction, and that is I really do think the Raptors are gonna be bad for at least the next 5 years.
God damn, bro.
I think they're
We
the
won't
new,
even be able to track that.
I think they're the new face of poverty, bro. I've been watching as you know, last year I was a Raptors fan. I've only had two favorite teams since the wheel spin. I've only been watching the Hornets and the Raptors. Those were the only two teams I've only known poverty. So I know poverty when I see it, bro. And I feel like the Raptors might be the new face of poverty. You got Scotty Barnes in a full tux on the sideline, bro. Like that is your star, and he's not even on the court, bro. I really do feel like they're the new face of poverty.
I really don't want to see that happen. Scotty is like a unique player in that he can do a little bit of everything,
Mm.
and then his teammates can do a whole lot of nothing. Like, I didn't like the Grady Dick pick. He was abysmal last year, and then like this year, he's definitely improved, but I just don't see it in him. I don't see the vision. But what you're saying is probably likely. You know, like I don't know what future picks are looking like, but I already know free agents aren't going to sign up in Toronto if they do get a little bit competitive. It's just not happening. They don't do that. Yeah, there's like no shining light on this team other than Scotty Barnes. But if you're a Grady Dick fan, like try and convince me, I guess.
Yeah, I think the Raptors are back to their old origin days and just being bad. You know, nothing really to look forward to. And I feel like they're kind of in the same situation as the Bucks, you know, we were talking about earlier, just kind of the front office not necessarily knowing what to do. And I feel like they're still riding off that ring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is
So
like Siakam's not there, Van Vliet's not there. Do they have anyone from that roster still on the team?
bro, honestly, I don't think so. Hold on, let me look. Roster, total, Bolger, Mitchell. No, literally none of their. I mean, was Scotty Barnes on the team when they won? No, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, none of the ring-winning Raptors are there.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know what their draft history looks like or what the future looks like, obviously, you know, with what picks they have or whatever. But I feel like that's their best bet. Just kind of, you know, work from the ground up now. They're at the starting level, and all they can do is work up because they have a big market. Obviously, we saw that with, you know, the Kawhi trade or whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't have any trade value, like players with any trade value. So I feel like their best bet is just to rebuild through the draft.
So, okay. So they do have some solid picks, but like so they have in 2025 next year, they have 1 first round, 1 second round. And then in 2026, they have 2 firsts, 1 second. But after that, it's like 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2. So they don't have a strong draft pick, like they don't have the Jazz level draft pick strength.
Mm.
And then their history, bro, this is total points combined. Their rookies this year have a total of 75 points combined, bro, all season.
And we're 2 weeks basically into the season.
49. One of their rookies has only played 49 minutes so far.
That's one
last
game.
Year, last year was Grady Dick. They haven't had a strong rookie since Scotty Barnes in 2021, bro.
And before that was even longer.
And before that, it was 2017 Anunoby. And so, like, they don't have a strong draft history. Siakam, not on the team anymore. Wright, not on the team anymore. Portal, traded away, is back. OG Anunoby, gone. Malachi Flynn, like, you know, I guess, like, depending on how you see him, he was all right. He was a good, like, bench player, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty Barnes, like, bro, they do not have a strong draft history. And
Like,
like they don't even have that many loaded up for the future, bro.
like think how long it took for them to get competitive when they first drafted DeMar DeRozan. Like it was a long ass time before they saw the playoffs.
Yeah, bro. They drafted DeMar in 2009, bro. They didn't make the playoffs until like what, 2016,
And he wasn't even on the
2014?
team. And he wasn't even on the team. That's the thing. Like, it took them so long to do that. Your prediction might be right, bro.
I just, bro, like I said, I had the Hornets and the Raptors. Like, I know poverty when I see it, bro. And I really do think for the next 5 years, they're gonna be the face of poverty.
Yeah, bro. You might be right. We got the new Pistons on lock.
No, for real. And their East team, like, it's literally like all the signs are there. No, I could be like anything could happen. I mean, no one thought the Raptors were gonna win a ring that year.
Mhm.
Like, no one knew who Van Vliet was before that season, you know? So, like, they do have a history of a player all of a sudden, like, showing out for them. But, like, they
You know what?
already lost 3 of their future stars.
I think their best way of drafting is filling needs. And right
Yeah.
now they can't really fill needs. They just need anything good. And they don't really know to get gems like that
Yeah.
because you think they needed defense on the wing, they got OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
They needed a score down low, they had Siakam, and then Fred Van Vliet, guy off the bench. Like
Yeah.
those were all needs for their competitive team. Especially after they moved off of DeMar DeRozan. They didn't know how to build around DeMar DeRozan for the longest time. And now it really feels
Yeah.
like they don't know how to build around Scotty Barnes. And
Yeah.
What's
it's just not looking good.
what's their salary cap looking like? They can't be it's got to be pretty up there.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they have, like, so much room. Salary cap, they're at 140 million.
So they can't sign like a big player, but they could sign like a pretty good player, you
Oh,
know, with
they totally
140
have.
mil. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they definitely have room for sure. I think what's just scary is that like, bro, since DeMar and Kyle, none of their stars have stayed longer than like
2 or 3
5
years.
years. Yeah, like OG stayed is like the last player that stayed more than 5 years. He stayed for like what 7, so only 2 more years, bro.
Mm.
Siakam, 2016. None of their stars has stayed longer than like more than 10 years since DeMar, bro. DeMar and Jonas are the only ones who stayed for like a fat minute. Everyone else were gone. Now, granted, like I just think they're bad at building around players, and that's why I think they're gonna be poverty for a really long time.
Yeah.
Because Scotty Barnes, he was drafted 3 years ago, and he was supposed to be their savior, and I feel like they've gotten worse and worse every year.
Yeah. That's why I was like, they're basically in the same situation as the Bucks, except they don't have 2-star players on their team.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's my overreaction. I know it's kind of like my Pelicans dynasty prediction, where it's like we have no idea how wrong or right I will be. I mean, Pelicans dynasty we now know is not happening, but this might, like, who knows? But yeah, I just think they're the new face of poverty, bro. Especially with the Pistons doing better than them. Like they were basically in the same situation last year, and now the Pistons are like looking like to make the playoffs. All right, Vaughn, what's your last overreaction, and then we can call it here.
Steve Kerr is going to win Coach of the Year over Kenny Atkinson.
Bro, come on.
The argument here, Cavs are in the East. Cavs play more East teams. Not as impressive as the Warriors. Playing West teams. Very competitive West teams. Warriors, if they're on pace right now, will be, 1 or 2 seed. I don't know if that's going to hold, but we'll see. But the fact, the media has always loved Steve Kerr. They're not a hater like you and not a doubter like me. They love Steve Kerr. He's coming off an Olympic gold medal. He's using his bench like he used to, like many years ago. I feel like the media is going to reward him, even though he might not necessarily deserve it. I don't want to see this, by the way. I just think it's going to happen. It's just the unfortunate truth that I see coming my way. Kenny Atkinson, I've already said, very good situation. Really like what he's doing in the Cavs, but it's going to go unsung. Cleveland, small market. Golden State, one of the biggest teams in the NBA. That's how I justify it.
Bro, I mean, the last 3 coach of the years have all been West teams.
Oh, really? I haven't even noticed that.
Thunder coach, Dagnall, Mike Brown, Kings, Monty Williams, Suns, and then it was Tom with the Knicks. He was the last East coach to win. That was in 2021.
Oh, really? I thought it was Nick Nurse when they won the chip.
Nick Nurse in 2020.
Oh, in 2020.
I think he won it 2020 and 2019.
How did he win over Frank Vogel?
2019 coach of the year.
That might have been
Budenholzer won 2019.
I think Dwayne Casey before that.
Yeah. Nick Nurse won 2020. I don't know how he won in 2020.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, Eric Spoelstra, often voted one of the best coaches of the NBA. Never has ever won a single coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, coaches that
insane.
deserve it probably aren't going to get it. And this year, it's Kenny Atkinson.
I really hope you're wrong, bro, because I want to see Steve Kerr job on the line so badly, bro. I want him with his things in the box, not knowing if he's gonna be able to walk in the next day or not. I just think he's so overrated. But I hate to admit that, out of all the coaches in the league right now, he's probably the favorite, bro.
They've been winning games even if Steph hasn't been playing. Buddy Hield is playing all-star level. Jonathan Kuminga,
love that for him.
Yeah. Well, first of all, their team defense has been as good as the year they won the chip last time, which I didn't see coming at all. It's just there's a lot of things pointing in the direction that this isn't a fluke. It's just they don't die, bro. The Warriors do not die. I've been saying this for years. We can't get rid of them.
What do you think, Eugene?
I mean,
it is early,
right? Mm-hmm. It's another one of those little early predictions.
I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard. It's so hard to tell, but I feel like all of the points that you guys made, especially that, the past 3 years, it's only been the Western Conference. Wait, so that means you don't think the Thunder coach could win?
I think
no one has won it back-to-back. Also,
I see. I didn't know that.
I went back to 2018, and I could have looked further and could have been proven wrong, but I went all the way back to 2018. It's been a different coach every year,
and he won last year.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was gonna be hard only because Chet is out for a significant time, and they don't have a center until Isaiah Hartenstein comes back. It's a month. So I think they'll slip to the Warriors. If not ever, then it would be now.
Yeah, I mean, because who else would it be? I doubt it'd be the Rockets. JJ's not winning his first year. And then y'all's coach, nah, only because the Cavs are just overshadowing the Eastern Conference right now.
I mean, the Celtics coach does have a chance. He hasn't won it yet. But like Eugene just said, the Cavs are overshadowing the hell out of the Celtics.
Right.
I went and looked. Not a single coach has won back-to-back. Not even Popovich has won back-to-back.
But he's won multiple.
Yeah, he's won multiple. He has 3. That's the highest, by the way. No coach has more than 3.
3 is crazy. So there's no voter bias. That's good to see.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I'm indifferent. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't hate or love Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I think he's a good coach. Probably one of the most annoying, not in like personality or anything, just in terms of the offense and defense that he runs. I feel like as a player, an opposing player, like the Warriors are just annoying to play against, But I guess my only thought, it would be cool to see two coaches that worked together, competing against the same award or for the same award. I think that would be cool. But I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of indifferent on will Steve Kerr actually beat out Kenny. I would like to see Kenny, though, win. I would.
I would too. Of course. Also, bro, Mike Brown has won it twice. Tom has won it twice. Mike D'Antoni won it twice. It's definitely possible for Steve Kerr to win it twice. Because only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 8 coaches have won it twice. Only 3 have won it 3 times. And I feel like Steve Kerr, looking at the history, has a very strong chance of being one of the coaches that have won it twice. Because if fucking Tom Thibodeau and Mike Brown can win it twice, Steve Kerr can definitely win it twice, bro.
If I can say nothing else, just off gut feeling, he has a face that just says 2-time coach of the year. That smile, bro. That's what that tells me.
Okay, I have a quick question. If my prediction is correct, do you still think that'll happen?
Your prediction for what? Oh, no, wait. If the Cavs go undefeated into All-Star break and Steve Kerr wins Coach of the Year, you gotta check those nominees' bank account numbers. Because even if the Cavs, let's say, just plummet in the second half of the season, the fact that they went undefeated until, do you know how that's undefeated for another like a month and a half, bro?
Right.
Yeah, if your prediction is right, Eugene, it's gonna go to the Cavs coach for sure, bro.
At that point, Donovan Mitchell might even win MVP.
Literally.
All right. Any last thoughts or questions or comments? I meant.
Oh, I guess not even just to like talk about it. It doesn't even deal with the topic. Who's winning Rookie of the Year, bro?
It's gonna be McCain or Eddie. Those are the only ones I can see winning it.
Really?
Yeah. And it's probably.
Oh, he's gone.
Laptop died, or does he do it on a PC?
I'm pretty sure it's on his PC, so I don't know.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. I think I agree. I just don't hear anyone else besides McCain or Edie. Oh, he's back.
I actually closed the meeting. Trying to open a new tab.
Yeah, I don't really see coverage of other rookies because they're not doing like crazy stats other than like one game. Zachary Ricochet like scored 30 or something, and he's not doing that consistently. The only other one would have been Alex Sarr, I think, and he's kind of pretty iffy as well.
Is he even good?
Right now, when I've seen him, I don't think he's even an NBA level player.
Yeah.
But he's on the Wizards. He's there to develop. He's there to become a good one.
Like a G League player, or like should have stayed in college?
I think
I don't
he
even
would
know if he
benefit
went to
from
college, but
no, I think he's from France, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the French. Yeah, one of the French
Honestly,
players who got drafted high.
Either of those paths probably would have benefited more. Because right now he just looks very like a raw prospect. Like he's been up and down.
Yeah,
his teammate is higher in the odds than him. Carrington, like.
Oh yeah, Bub Carrington. Yeah, okay, he's had some cold moments. He's just also not like consistent. He's just playing like a rookie. Stephon Castle, maybe, but like I just think it's a runaway between McCain, who is playing starting point guard on the Sixers right now, so he's got the opportunity and he's showing out. And then Edie is playing also heavy rotational minutes for the Grizzlies.
Right, because Steven's out, right?
Yeah, and then it's just a boring rookie class, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
no
Even
one's winning the league.
even your rookie Eugene, like he had so much hype, and then like he kind of just like
Yeah,
I don't know anything about like how he's doing. You can
it's
speak on
like
that.
he's playing good, but obviously with Ant carrying the team and the whole trade that happened, it kind of
Yeah.
messed everything up. But I also don't think he even starts. So I don't know. I think I think I don't think he'll win Rookie of the Year, obviously, but I think
Yeah.
he'll eventually progress, hopefully, into the starting lineup because he's a hooper.
Yeah, I just feel like this rookie class is so boring. So the Vegas odds is McCain at 1, Eddie at 2, and then the Hawks at 3, and Richard, I don't know how to say his name.
The number one
Sure.
draft pick.
Richard, yeah, the
Yeah.
number one traffic is below Eddie and McCain. And then after that, it's like Carrington, Knight, Sar, Castle, but they're all like plus 2,000, plus 1,600, plus 12. Like after Carrington, no one is under 3 digits, bro. So it's like McCain and Eddie are basically the only ones who have a chance, bro.
Mm.
Ryan Dunn is at plus 4,000, bro.
It also this like it just feels like no one really cares so much for this rookie of the year race. It's not really a race. It's like watching turtles try to go to the finish line. It's I don't know. It just a lot of guys playing empty minutes for the most part across the rookie class. So it's kind of hard to judge. Like even
Yeah.
I know we didn't love Paolo Banchero, but he was making an effect on his team. Like he was trying to push his team to playoffs,
Mhm.
no matter how far or short he got.
And
Um,
and that rookie race would have been a lot more interesting if Chet didn't get injured, you know?
right.
Like if Chet didn't get injured, that rookie race would have been so fun to watch. But it's like this year, there's like uh not any like big injuries, and it's still more boring than the Paolo year.
Right. Like the last class that I remember being excited for was LaMelo and Ant. After that, it's just been kind of a downhill slope from there for me.
Yeah, because the Cade class, like it was exciting, but like looking back at it now, it's like Jalen Green, didn't really live up. I mean, it's Cade, Mobley, and Barnes. Oh, and Giddy, but like Giddy is on like none of them are really with their teams anymore except for Cade, Mobley, Barnes, and Suggs somehow is still in the Magic. So it's just kind of like I don't know. None of them have been exciting, and like Wemby's class wasn't exciting. It was more so just like
Wemby.
Wemby, yeah. Because even with Scoot, I immediately like all the air out of that race got like demolished because Scoot was just so mid.
Right.
You could even say bad. Like some people want to say that Scoot was trash his rookie year. And like you are very valid if you think that low key, because it was not a performance that we thought it would be. Brandon Miller was a better chance of winning it than him, bro.
Is Scoot playing now? I've heard zero, like no headlines, no like scoring reports, nothing out of him.
Well, it doesn't help that he's was
They're
on the
doing better.
Lakers. Right.
They're doing better, but like, yeah, no, honestly, he played 9 minutes against the Hawks on the 17th and scored 4 points. I don't know if he's injured or something, but like he has 11 points this year. He's averaging 11 points, which is only like I think it's 2 less than his rookie year.
Oh damn!
I
And
mean,
it's
he's only a sophomore, like hopefully the Portland trainers develop him correctly. And everyone, like they're all young.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm rooting for him because I really thought he was going to be special.
Right. It was unfortunate to see him do so well in summer league and then absolutely plummet in the actual league.
I think I'll feel more better about him when he gets his 3-point shot down because he's shooting 31%, and he's not shooting a lot of them. As a guard, you just need that 3-point shot. Once he gets that
Right.
down, I think he's safe. But that goes for a lot of young guards. It feels like the Thompson brothers don't really have a solid 3-point shot. I mean, I don't want to bring up Bronny, but Bronny's biggest gap would probably be his 3-point shot. But yeah, they get that, they're safe.
Which is interesting that you bring that up too, because like I feel like among the younger players, it's more popular or to shoot threes, I guess. Just with the whole Steph Curry era that we're in right now.
Mhm.
So it's interesting that you say that.
Yeah, I don't even know how they developed as a guard to not really have that 3-point shot. Like I know they're supposed to be like every guard I just mentioned, good on defense and has solid court vision. It's like they're all from the same like prototype or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are exciting for a reason because not a lot of guards has the skill set they have. They just need to add on.
All right. I think that's what we're going to call it. If you're looking for the audio format, we're on all podcast platforms. So make sure you give us a good old 5 stars. Leave down a review. We're on YouTube for that video format. So make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know your overreactions. Ones you either agree with, you don't agree, or your own overreaction. We're on all social media platforms at Spin the Rock. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again next week.